let me also bring into this conversation Rajdeep Sardesai. And Rajdeep, we are loving it when we're watching it on television. You are right there at the Wankhede Stadium. Rajdeep, take it away. Describe to us the atmosphere when not one but two records were broken.
Of course, the noise is such after Kohli got that 50th record. It is quite incredible what he's achieved in one day. To get 50 ODI 100, and he's played half the number of games that has been played by
Sachin
Tendulkar, which is quite remarkable when you think of it. It is truly, in a sense, something which will go down in history.
Okay. Okay, Rajdeep, give me a moment. We're trying to reestablish that link with you. This is India. This is tailor-made for India. Tailor-made for Virat. Tailor-made for India. His grit, his determination, and God willing, we are going way past 400, and we are going into the finals. Nikhil, fingers crossed. Nikhil, this is something that every cricket lover across the country and the world would want to watch.
Gaurav, I can barely, as I said, hear you. Such is the cacophony around the ground. But what Virat Kohli has achieved in the last 15 years in one-day cricket is phenomenal. I don't think anyone will break this record for a long time. 50 ODI 100 is another level of batsmanship. And through this World Cup, we've seen the best of Kohli once again. In every match, he's really come to the party. And in a big stage like a semi-final, you need your big players to shine. And there is no bigger player in Indian cricket than Virat Kohli.
Okay, I also want to bring into this conversation Nikhil Naz. Nikhil, Virat still looks hungry for a lot more. So we are looking at more records, bigger records. We still have the final to play.
Well, that's right, Gaurav. Just as I speak, Virat Kohli has been dismissed for 117, India 323, well on the course to get that 350 plus sort of a total that they would want. But yes, you would want a fit and a firing Virat Kohli in the final as well. That is going to be an important game. And I think he's shown it throughout this tournament. It's very interesting, Gaurav, that he's reached this peak now because a lot of people had written him off. He had about 2.5 years of a dry spell where that 100 wasn't coming.
Yes.
The 70th 100 had everyone occupied, and we're talking when is that going to come, and it had been a long lull for him. And then guess what you have? You now had from that period about a year ago when he played that Asia Cup in the UAE, where he then got to his 71st 100, and from there on there's been no looking back. He's now gone on to reach the 80th international 100, and just tells you that in that 1 year period, he's already got about 10 hundreds. And this is the Virat Kohli of old. This is the Virat Kohli, even at the peak of his powers, he would be getting about 700-800s at the best of his time. For Virat to get that peak back again at the age of 35 is incredible because, more often than not, you have batters that will continue batting till 37, 38. We've had Sachin Tendulkar bat till 40, but you often said that the peak of a batter would be, the late 20s and early 30s. That was the time where they'd get the maximum amount of runs. And of course, they'll continue after that, but the consistency at which they will keep getting the hundreds will reduce as you age. But Virat Kohli is defying that. As I said, he's gotten that consistency, if not better, from what he was getting at his peak, what he's done in that last 1 year. And I think that's what he's trying to remind all of us cricket pundits are sitting out and sometimes, go by the norm, go by what has happened in the past. And you take a look at, how a player keeps performing and he's defying all of that and getting those runs.
What a never say die moment.
Him getting another 100 in the final as well.
It's such a never say die, never say die spirit. And Rajdeep, you're right there. Describe to us what was that moment like when he broke that record. He looked in the direction of Sachin Tendulkar and he went down a bit, bowed before him, and Sachin Tendulkar gave him a thumbs up.